guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, a Twitter the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you to the Let's Play episode of NeveN. So y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards, and get permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Good. Simi, to the council chamber. And without another word, the two kings and the Fennec disappear. I sit silently on the bed next to Ahket. I need a moment to fully understand all this. I don't know what to think. For the first time in a while, I'm totally lost. I'm a royal bard, but I didn't win the contest. Not really. I got branded, but it just makes me a target and a political tool. I will be known across the continent, but it won't be for my voice. It's like a distorted version of what I dreamed of. It could almost be comical if it didn't ruin my life so badly. I wonder if Murani made a deal with NeveN, if this is her way of punishing me for what I did. If so, screw her. I don't deserve this. I've already received my punishment. Fuck that. I sprawl on the bed with a long sigh. Ellois, is everything okay? Yep, great. Everything's absolutely amazing in the best of all worlds. Don't be like that. Please, talk to me. I'll let out another sigh. This is not fair on my part. It's not Ahket's fault. He doesn't have to suffer my bad temper. You know, I've been dreaming of this since I was 12. Of your brand? Yeah, I wanted something to enhance my stage presence. Everyone always thought I wanted a brand of Tessel, but I didn't. I didn't want an air brand. I'd feel like I was cheating. I don't need one to sing well. What I've always wanted is Ellois, a light brand to add visuals to my songs. In my mind, to keep a list of illusions and images to show for all my classics. I smile at Ahket, who simply listens to me as he looks at me with a small, sad smile. Vigo got his brand at 13, and I was so happy for him. We celebrated for almost 2 days, and we thought it shouldn't be long before my brand appeared as well. So I waited. Sorry, y'all, I just got up. So I waited and waited over and over again. 10 years. 10 fucking years waiting for it to appear. And now I get this. At the worst possible time, when I have a chance to accomplish something great, the gods decide to stop me in my tracks. I wanted so badly to win this contest, Ahket. I never wished for anything as much as this, but I didn't win, and on top of that, I end up with a brand I don't give a shit about. You're a loyal bard. You're a royal bard. That's nothing. You still have the job. But I didn't earn it. It wasn't just for the title. It was to show the world that I could do it, that I could be, that I am, that you're the best. At what I do, yes, the best singer in the country. And here I am comfortably in office, judged the winner whilst my biggest competitor didn't even get a chance to sing. I could have been the worst singer in that room and I would have gotten the job. Just their excuse to keep me here at their side. There you go. Coffee. Ugh. Oh man. That's delicious. But you're not the worst singer here. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You keep saying it yourself. There was no doubt that we would win. But Astrid, if Lady Astrid is the one who worries you so much, why not just challenge her to a duel? Not what you did with Sven, a replication of the contest on a smaller scale. I'm sure Tenek would agree to act as a judge. I stand up to give a puzzled look. That's not a bad idea. Sure, it won't be exactly like winning the contest, but at least I'll be able to prove that I deserve my place. I smile at the Falcon before giving him a little nudge on the shoulder. Looks like you're not as dumb as you look. I'm not sure that's a compliment. It is, just accept it. A slight weight is suddenly lifted from my shoulders. The situation still isn't perfect, far from it, but at least I have a way to make it better now. That said, there is still something else the bird can do for me. Ahket, can I ask you a question? Only if I can ask you one in return. I guess that's fair. I take a deep breath before I ask. Based on his reactions to the subject so far, I doubt this will be a pleasant conversation, but I'm too curious and a bit anxious. I need to know. I heard you come to my defense against Gillian. Thank you. By the way, that really means a lot to me. There's one word I didn't understand. What does sea-eyed mean? Ahket freezes the moment I say the word, a frightened expression on his face. He then looks away as he caresses the gold bars under his eyes again. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but... No, you have the right to know. You'll find out eventually, anyway. Just promise me you won't hate me afterwards, please. He gives me a pleading look. There's only one possible answer to that. Of course, I promise. It can't be that bad. I don't know. I know Frostians react when we bring up slavery. Nothing really surprising per se. Pretty much everything in Mekad is connected to slavery in some way or another. I give Ahket an encouraging look, letting him continue at his own pace. He then points to one of the gold lines under his eyes. It's called an nail. Having one makes you a mutai, 2 a said, 3 a watir. Oh, words and notes. The gold lines that nobles of Mekad engrave on their faces. According to Ahket, the number of a nail determines your rank. He has 2, so that makes him a said. Said on here? Okay. The second level of nobility in Mekad, the nobles with 2 nails. Ahket is one of them. They're the ones in charge of capturing, training, and selling slaves. Oh dear. I don't know any of those words. Let's say that it's simply our own nobility, if you will. The Butir are the few families that can be elected to the throne. The Mutai are the slave-owning citizens. And the Said? They are the 6 families responsible for capturing, training, and selling slaves. I'm a member of the Said Fahad. We specialize in artistic slaves, singers, actors, painters. I stand speechless, unable to answer. A slave trader? I sure he'd fall apart if he yelled at him a little loudly. I can imagine him selling anthracans. Besides, he's one of the nicest people I know, and slavery is just wrong. I don't see how else to put it. The idea of totally owning someone else, having absolute control over their life, it disgusts me. Right now. Ellois, say something, please! I look deep into Ahket's eyes. He's desperate. I can sense the fear of me rejecting him running through his body. Have you ever sold anyone? I need to know. I can't reconcile the image I have of the Falcon with that of a slaver. No, my father's from a secondary branch. We were just tasked with training the slaves and breaking the newcomers. And you participated in all this? My brothers are the direct heirs. They were the ones in charge of it all. Ahket? Father showed me how to use my brand against the slaves. How to block a person's breathing. And how to leave them on the edge of unconsciousness. And then they brought in a new slave, a zebra. They tied him up and I swear I didn't want to, Ellois. I begged my father, did everything I could. But he was going to rip my nails off. He told me that if I didn't obey, I'd be in the next shipment, and He bursts into tears, unable to contain himself any longer. The gods! What father would do that to his son? Now I understand Ahket's reactions when he is confronted with someone who is aggressive. If this is how he was raised, this is the kind of behavior he must have exhibited all his life. He is now crying in front of me, unable to string 2 words together. And here I was feeling sorry for not winning a contest the way I liked. Next to that, it seems ridiculous now. I place myself in front of Ahket and rest my forehead against his. I think to myself that this position is beginning to become quite familiar. As my eyes seek his. Hey, I'm still here for you, okay? I'm really sorry you had to go through this. No one should be forced to act this way. I'm a monster. I've caused so much pain. You're not a monster, Ahket. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you that you didn't do anything wrong. We both know that's not true. This is something you wanted to do. But this isn't something you wanted to do. You were forced into it. That doesn't excuse everything, but you regret it clearly. None of this makes you a monster. Just an anthrakin who did something wrong and will never do it again. I know you're not a bad person, Ahket. So for me, try to think that about yourself too, okay? I can hear the bird sniffling as he continues to sob softly. I don't think there's much more I can do. There's no one to forgive him. The best I can do is be there, show him my support. It's often what I need when I'm consumed with guilt, not to be alone. I don't know how long we stay like this, but Ahket eventually pulls his head back and I lift mine, offering him a small smile. So, you don't hate me? No, I don't. I'm afraid you're gonna have to do worse than that. He attempts a brief laugh, followed by a snort. He's not over it, but it's getting better. I'll take that as a victory. But it's time to try to distract him a bit. Well, I think I've annoyed you enough. Now it's your turn. And my turn to do what? To ask me a question. That was our agreement, right? Oh, I don't know if you... It wasn't really that important. I think talking about something else for a bit will do us some good. Go ahead. I was wondering, you mentioned someone named Vigo at one point. Can you tell me who that is? I have to struggle to keep my smile on. Did I really say that name? Did I mention Vigo without realizing it? Stay calm. Keep your breathing slow. Don't let Ahket see how much this affects you. He was my musician in Skarna. A lute player, just like you. I keep the story as short and simple as possible. Don't give too many details. He was also my best friend. When I left, he chose to stay. I haven't been able to see him since. Ha! Yeah, he chose. Like I gave him any choice at all. There's not much more to say. It's been 6 years since we've seen each other, so I guess he's moved on with his life. I hope so, anyway. He deserves a good life. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't you miss him too much? I eventually got used to it, and I found another musician, and let's say that one is probably the best. I wink at Ahket, and he laughs softly in response. God to be praised, the mood in the room seems to have improved greatly. But you look like him, you know? A lot. I thought you'd never seen a falcon before. I didn't mean physically. Vigo's a fox. It's just, you remind me of him, that's all. And is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing. I hope so, anyway. We then spent a little time discussing things, mainly about the consequences of the contest. Melbourne seems to have spent most of the time I spent asleep trying to hold back foreign dignitaries and limit communications. I highly doubt it worked. As Ahket tells me about the audience's reactions after my blackout, I feel myself closing my eyes and losing the thread of the discussion several times. Ellois, I think you're still tired. I spent a whole day sleeping. And don't be stubborn. You're injured. You're allowed to rest. And you have your first training session tomorrow. I let it a long sigh as I collapse on the bed. I guess you're right. I hope to see you tomorrow. I haven't forgotten that we still need to explore the city together. Are you sure you still want to do that? Of course. It'll take our minds off of it. I give my best grin. I really think getting out of the castle for a bit will do us both good. With a final wave of the hand, Ahket exits the room while I sink my snout into my pillow. I guess a little nap won't hurt me, but I doubt I'll be able to sleep very well. Who knocks on my door again? Seriously, I only just closed my eyes. They can wait. I'm officially injured and recovering. Ellois, you have an appointment at the temple in less than half an hour. I've come to escort you there. Appointment? What's she talking about? I don't have a scheduled training session until tomorrow morning. Oh, shit. I'll be right there, just a minute. Looks like Ahket was right. I really needed to sleep. A little too much for my taste, actually. Quickly get dressed before glancing in the mirror. I really do look like crap, and the bruise around my eye doesn't help. Wish I had time to conceal it, but I doubt I'll be able to. I really don't like the idea of going out like this. I finally opened the door, finding myself face to face with the Finnick I saw yesterday. Finally, someone doesn't tower over me by a head. Second, y'all. Water time? Or coffee time? I finally opened the door, finding myself... Okay, I already did that. Alright. Hello, lady. Simmy. Good morning, Ellois. Are you ready? I'm afraid we're in a bit of a hurry. Yep, we can leave. Let's go to the temple and learn how to use all this stuff. Hopefully I'll learn how to go back in time and I can win the contest, become a royal bard, and live a happy life. Simmy raises an eyebrow, giving me a surprised look. You've already won. What do you need to do? Well, what do you need to do? What need do you have to participate in the contest again? I may have received the title, but I didn't win. Not really. What good is a title if I didn't truly earn it? Interesting. She turns around and walks down the castle's corridors, avoiding the crowded ones. Hey, what? That's it? Not even a comment or response? Please tell me she isn't a lady Mekad. I'm going to have to hold the whole discussion by myself otherwise. Ellois, keep up with me. Yeah, I'm right behind you. I'm going to snap. She hasn't said a word since we left the castle. I'm never going to be able to keep this up. A whole 15 minutes of being silent? Impossible! Hey, Simmy, can I ask you a question? You can always ask, but I can't promise an answer. I expected to be accompanied by a guard, but you're not one. Are you? No, I'm not. So, what are you exactly? She lets out a sigh before answering. I'm a maid in the service of King Lusk. His maid? I stay by his side, helping him with his tasks and supporting him as much as I can. Oh, kind of like a helper, right? I guess that's one way to look at it. Is that the job you were doing in Mekad? No. Her tone is suddenly colder and harsher. I have to restrain myself from slapping my forehead. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate the support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!